Thanksgiving at my aunt's place had always followed the same routine. People showed up early and lingered in the kitchen pretending to help while my aunt did all the actual cooking. My cousins wandered in and out of rooms. Someone turned the football game on too loud. My mom usually planted herself near the wine before the turkey was even carved. Nothing dramatic ever took place. That year felt exactly the same at the start. I arrived with a pie from the grocery store bakery. My aunt gave me a hug just like she always did, tight and warm. The way people embrace you when they've known you your whole life. "You look tired," she said kindly. "Work," I told her. That was true. I'd spent most of the past year trying to keep my head above water, rent going up, longer commutes, a job that had quietly stacked on more responsibilities without changing the paycheck. My aunt gave me a look like she was about to say something else, but then someone called her from the kitchen. Dinner started late, as usual. By the time everyone was seated, there were 12 of us around the table. Plates got passed around. Someone made a joke about how dry the turkey looked before even tasting it. Halfway through the meal, my aunt turned toward me with a smile that felt almost proud. So she said, "How's the apartment I bought you last year?" For a second, I thought she was talking to someone else. I looked around the table. Everyone was staring at me. "What apartment?" I asked. At first, a small ripple of laughter went through the room, like people thought I was joking. But I didn't laugh. My aunt's smile stayed on her face a moment longer, then slowly started to fade. "The apartment," she repeated carefully. "The one near your work. Your mom said you'd found a place you liked." I felt something tighten in my chest. "I don't have an apartment near work," I said. My commute was still 40 minutes each way. Everyone in the family knew that. Across the table, my mom suddenly knocked her wine glass with her elbow. Red wine spilled across the tablecloth. "Oh," she said quickly, grabbing napkins. No one moved to help. My aunt was staring at her. "Wait," my aunt said slowly. "What do you mean you don't have an apartment?" I felt like I'd walked into the middle of a conversation that had started a year ago without me. "I've been in the same place," I said. "The studio." My cousin stopped chewing. My aunt looked back at my mom. "You told me he moved," she said. My mom was still blotting the tablecloth, not looking up. "Well," she said vaguely, "things changed." "What things?" The table had gone completely quiet. My aunt leaned back in her chair, studying my mom with an expression I'd never seen before. "A year ago," she said slowly, "you called me and said he couldn't afford the deposit on a new place near work." She nodded toward me. "You said he'd found an apartment, but needed help securing it." My stomach dropped. "I sent you the money," she continued. $40,000. The number hung in the air like a loud sound. My fork was still in my hand. I set it down carefully. "I never got any money," I said. My mom finally looked up. "Well, technically." "Technically," my aunt cut in. My mom sighed like the whole situation was becoming an inconvenience. "It was a complicated time," she said. "For who?" "For everyone," my mom said quickly. "There were bills and your uncle's medical stuff, and I needed to move some things around temporarily." "Temporarily," my aunt repeated. I could feel my heartbeat in my ears. "You used the money," I said. My mom looked at me like I'd misunderstood something obvious. "I was going to replace it," she said, "but things kept coming up." Across the table, my cousin let out a quiet, stunned laugh. "You told everyone he'd moved," she said. My mom shrugged. "I assumed he would eventually." My aunt pushed her chair back from the table. "Where did the money go?" she asked. My mom didn't answer. "Where?" my aunt repeated. "Did $40,000 go?" My mom started listing things. Credit cards, a car repair, something about helping a friend, a vacation she described as already planned. Every explanation sounded smaller than the number attached to it. The moment that changed everything came from my uncle. He'd been quiet the entire time. Now he spoke calmly. "I helped process the transfer," he said. Everyone looked at him. "It went directly to your account," he told my mom. "Not his." My aunt turned toward him slowly. "You knew?" I assumed she passed it along. My aunt laughed once softly. Then she stood up. "Well," she said, "that clears something up." She looked at my mom with a kind of tired clarity. "For the past 3 years," she said, "I've been helping you out whenever you said things were tight." My mom's expression shifted slightly. "Your family," she said. "Yes." My aunt replied, then she said something very calmly. "That ends tonight." My mom opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Dinner dissolved after that. People stopped eating. Chairs scraped back. Conversations broke into tense little clusters. I sat there for a while staring at my plate. I didn't feel angry the way I expected to. Mostly, I felt like I'd just solved a puzzle that had been bothering me for a year. All the strange comments from relatives. The congratulations I never understood. The way my mom kept telling people I was doing well lately. Later, as people were leaving, my aunt found me in the hallway. She looked exhausted. "I'm sorry," she said quietly. "For what?" "For believing the story I was told." I nodded. Neither of us mentioned the apartment again because the truth was simple. It had never existed.